Alright, first up here we have the Crag Cave. It's next to the blue orb there. Just find down this canyon. It's very dark in this cave near the entrance. Which is kind of good, I guess, if someone's raiding you. Makes it a bit harder for them. Still pretty much the same as the cave used to originally be. You get this bit of a crouch here. Curves back around on itself. I feel like this area is a little bit more open. I don't think the pillar is quite as big, and all the water here as well that wasn't there before. But it's all pretty similar to the original down through here. I don't remember it splitting off in two ways. I thought it was just to go to the right and then hook around, but the water's all still here as well. This doesn't actually lead anywhere else. Then down to the back of the cave, where the artifact is, where most people used to set up their crafting area. Decent sized cave, but it's not the strongest one on Scorched Earth now with the new caves. I'll show those to you in a sec. Alright, so here we have Central Cave. Come to coordinates 59, 48, and come down through this canyon you can see here. This one's got a nice little crouch at the start. We'll probably be able to set up some. I'm not sure where the 6x on testing reached, I think, to the edge here. So you could try to set up a tower at the front, but you're probably better off putting your walls back in here first, just inside the crouch. I feel like this cave was. I'm gonna need a camera up here. A bit bigger than the last one. There's a bit more elevation and stuff, and a few extra rocks and obstacles added. But we go through the back down here, still that same bridge. Go down underneath and then back through here for your second choke point. This nice, this long choke point. You're not going to be able to set up a very big wall here, but yeah, at least players only. It's a couple of turrets on players only. Make it difficult for people to try and push through there. This wraps around here and all opens up into this big area. You can have a massive big crafting breeding area here. It's pretty huge. And down to the artifact. A ton of space. There's still down here as well. A couple of extra early resources in here as well, metal, crystal, whatnot. And yeah, it's still a decent cave, but as Scorched Earth always been, it's not always the best for PvP building. Alright, we'll move on to next cave. So here we have Church Cave. It's still in the same sort of spot, 77, 76. The ruins probably going to be a bit more annoying now for PvP. There's a lot more like line of sight issues here. People can, you know, set up a decent file pin here that might be difficult to push, but and even this church as well, it's got this big line of sight in the way now. The hole in the roof is also going to be a bit harder to defend. Except the holes in the windows and stuff are a bit bigger, so, and even the doorway is quite small now too. So if you actually do have turrets set now, the only way to soak them is probably going to be from here, or if they can get the right angle from these windows, because you can't actually fit through the windows. This door is the only one that you can run through. But in saying that, the inside of this is so much better, I think. Especially with the way the turrets work now, being able to stick turrets all over this wall. If you like a tech gen in underneath here, it's going to power a lot of that. And this room in here is so much bigger as well. Be able to have a nice decent sized wall there. And even here, this is so much tighter. Fit through. Much easier to put your defenses up. This room is pretty much the same, just the spiral around and back down again. But I feel like they've narrowed this area here a little bit too. It's the same as always. They've got the split ways. Your left. So that goes down to the main building area, and obviously that goes back up to where we were before. Just does a circuit. Back to where we were before. Even this. I noticed I was playing around here before. I found some little hidey holes in there where you can just, stash a palladium or some loot or something like that. This way here now splits off. Go up through here. The area at the back is a lot smaller. Used to have more area to building crafting than here, but I mean, it is what it is. It's still a decent size down here. And also, this section across here, I'm sure it used to hug along the edge there, so it'd be a bit harder to push across there now that you're actually on an exposed walkway. But I mean, as most people are going to raid this, we're going to want to come up this side here. It's a bit easier, but still, yeah, decent area, massive. So you have multiple stories, multiple levels, and a bit of early game stuff. There used to be no trees in here originally, so at least if you push down here early game, you got a little bit of wood and stone and stuff to help you get started. Alright, then we'll move on to the next cave. Okay, so next up we have the Wyvern Cave, or people are calling it the Lava Cave. It's down in the Wyvern Trench. Basically, come down past these big crystals, and tucked inside here. Fairly narrow entrance. You still got a stego in here. I'm not sure if the wyverns can actually fit in here. No, they can't. Okay. Which is kind of good, because you can actually bring flyers in here. So early game farming, it's going to be so much easier if you can fly Argentavis in here, we've got a nice big sort of lava here area at the start with a bit of a gap. It's going to be difficult to push. And even this first sort of double back, yeah, you're going to be able to set a decent turret wall up here. They're going to be harassed by the wyverns that spawn on the outside. And a little bit of a lava trench here to get over as well. And then it doubles back, and you can have another sort of turrets there. It's going to make that difficult to push through. Lava here, it's not huge. It's probably not for a big tribe, maybe a 4-man or something. But there is some decent room here for breeding. And moving in the back of the cave a little bit more. I believe I'm sure there's an underwater section here somewhere. Might have to camera up a bit here, it's a bit dark. The lighting is it's not the best, but it's been an awkward cave to build in, but it's still like a decent size. I'm sure there was another back room somewhere. Or is that it? That's the breeding area originally. Yeah, I think that might be it. But still, smaller tribe would be perfect. I just like this entrance. I think this is going to be really good. I typically don't play in big tribes, so I'm probably going to be giving this one a crack. Just a new cave too, it's something different. Alright, let's move on to the next cave. Alright, so on to the last of the caves. There's also another new cave right by Ratholes. You just follow the water down here. Also gets incredibly dark in here. But this is going to be so hard to raid, especially once you've got tech and you can actually put turrets in here. Because you've got to go down through these crystals. It's quite a narrow gap here. Like, you're not going to be able to push a stego down through there. It's going to be a nightmare, especially when stegos, the way they behave when you're trying to swim down. This area in here is quite big. All the crystals you could ever want. Water tame, water breeding and stuff in here, or just having a heap of sharks on aggressive. We come up above here, and there's it's not quite a crouch, I guess, but it would be difficult walking a tame through there. And then opens up out here. It's just huge. It's a massive cave. I reckon this is going to be the cave that everyone's going to be pushing for, the big tribes that want to build on here. There's crystal and metal and stuff on here. We can move up like this cave. It's just massive. Goes up, you can put your crafting up on one of these elevated. I'm sure there's an area up here. It does circle back through, I believe, but you know, pushing the Kai station right back up there, turrets, just to, if they get past those first layers of defense. You know, there's also yeah, drops spawning in here. I'm sure I found a yellow drop in here as well, and there is also in here somewhere quite a deep hole too, where you can do some water breeding. If I can find it. There's usually a drop in here as well. I think it's over this side. Yeah, here. Down here, it's massive as well. Again, another drop. Plus, you could be breeding. You know, I could probably fit a Tuso in here, breeding pair, maybe just. But yeah, great. This is probably going to be one of the caves everyone's going to be looking to take over. It's the new favourite for Scorched Earth, I think. Alright, so that's it for the caves, and I'll fly around and show you some of the Ratholes I've found. Okay, so the first rat hill I found is very similar to the one that you find on Ragnarok. You got this archway or pass over here, come to 4114, gonna get it down here, and fly straight down, and in the corner here, around down, very similar to that Wyvern Trench that was in Ragnarok. It's not great, you're not going to be able to fit a lot of stuff in here, but you know, it is what it is. Some forges or something like that, you can fly. I tested it flying the PT down there, it fits, so just be a good little starter base. So it seems the sandstorms are a hell of a lot worse than they used to be. Yeah, it looks pretty amazing, but Jesus, I hate this be happening when you're in the middle of a big fight. We got for our next hole, or it's not really a rat hole this one, but it's at the end of the Wyvern Trench, 2914. Flying straight down here, and just tucked in underneath here because they already put some foundations and stuff. Again, yeah, it's not like great. It's going to be a starter base location, right? It's a bit hidden out of the way. You can build some pillars up there to stop any of the Wyverns coming in after you. They went flying in here before, they were getting stuck and bugged a little bit, so, but you could make a pretty decent sized area here. Like you could get, you know, all your forges and fabricator and all that kind of setup in here, out of the way. A little bit harder to push as they've got the lava to deal with and the Wyverns can be spawning, at least until you can get set up and, you know, you can move into one of the caves. Okay, for this area we're at 2424, and there's actually quite a few little rat holes in hidden areas around here. Just you know, obviously if you're starting out, a place to get started, smelt some metal and that sort of thing. But you know, there's a couple of little hidey holes like here, turning your way in and out. You may be able to set up on this little platform here, some turrets to protect. Yeah, it's going to be raidable, but yeah, there's plenty of metal and crystal and everything nearby. Good sort of starting spot, water as well. But one of the better spots I found is up here. It's quite small as well, but a little bit more tucked away. Again, plenty of resources around. There is a little back entrance here as well, but it's going to be difficult for anyone to come up from there. And then I also had some nearby, just over here. Not too far away. So we're over here. This is 2522. Fly up through here. This is a bit of an awkward spot. You're gonna have to be, you know, putting probably some foundations, build off your ceilings, and that sort of thing. But it's at least not visible. We're not going to stand out. Get your forges, a couple of turrets and stuff set up. Again, you're not going to be staying here. It's just going to be until you can move on to a better location or collect some resources, whatever you need to do. And I believe there's another section just up here as well, where you could probably, you know, same sort of thing again, be tucked up in the back corner here, put some foundations down, some ceilings off those and just hide up out of the way a little bit. This one's not quite as good because it's a bit more exposed, but you know, if you're flying past, it's a bit harder to see. That's why this one's a lot better. Just tucked around the corner. You can't see it until you're already right up in there, and your turrets aren't going to fire at anyone just flying past either. There's no line of sight to do that, so at least you can have turrets up without having to worry about people running into them and giving away your location. Okay, so next rat hole, we are by Blue Obelisk. Coordinates of 1731. And this is actually one of the better rat holes I've found so far, as it's a bit of a crouch. So you gotta come in here. There is a little bit of space down underneath there too, where you can build. You see, it's actually quite a decent size down in here. It goes quite a fair way in, and then come back up out the top here. That's where I was crouching before. That's the entrance. Crouch in through here. You could have your turrets and stuff set right at the back here. Not going to really be able to fit much in there to soak it. And then it wraps around here and actually turns into quite a big area back here. You know, you could have, like, this is a lot of room really. You could fit quite a lot of craft in there, do a little bit of breeding. And then if you sneak up the back here too, you got even more room. And this weird little patch here where it seems to think it's water. But really, for a rat hole, you're not going to have to worry about 6 times and stuff. I haven't tested whether or not you can actually put water tames in this fake water. It doesn't give me oxygen when I walk there, so I'm guessing not, but yeah, this is just, it's huge. It's such a big rat hole. Nice little crouch spot there as well, that, you know, easy to defend. And this too, like, this is going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. I don't know if you can put, I believe, let's have a look. You can put some crop plots in here. Yes, you can. You know, some crop plants with some X plants to slow them down a little bit, some tech turrets. It's going to be pretty hard to raid. You have to have some pretty good flak trying to run that. But yeah, this is probably my favourite one so far, and I'll show you a couple little more around the place. Alright, so the next rat hole can be found at 4146. You see the big fried rock, the water down there, blue over in the distance. Just down in this dark little crack here. This one's not very big again, but enough to set up some forges. Forges. Maybe get your fabricator down. Just get off the ground basically. Just hid enough away. If someone finds it's going to be an easy raid, but at least it doesn't really stand out. Being hidden in that crack, it's kind of dark and hidden. But yeah, not a great one, but yeah, someone to get started on a map that's pretty open. Okay, so I've left this one till last because it's a bit of a mesh hole, really. It's a bit of a weird one. So I'd say it's probably going to be patched pretty soon, but if you come to 2550, you can see these little overpass bridges here, and there's this rock sticking up a little bit. If you look straight up, you can see where I've built up there, and from here it looks fine, but as soon as you actually fly up in here, you're actually in the mesh. So I was able to attach some pillars and actually put some foundations in here, and then be able to put some ceilings up. I don't know, I can't really test, but I assume your turret's probably going to shoot through that. But you know, if you can attach more pillars, maybe get them coming off and attach them to more ground, you could actually probably build this out a fair bit. See, now that should be hopefully attached. Yeah, there we go. I can put a foundation down here. Yeah, look at that. So now the foundations are actually connecting to stuff. could potentially build this out a lot more now. Yeah, there we go. So you can actually make this quite big in here. I don't know how it's going to work from splash damage or damage, you know, shooting rockets from the outside. But yeah, build at your own risk at this one, because it is, as you can see, kind of a mesh hole. But yeah, if you can build up in there, no one can see. It's probably not going to be. They could probably just C-spin or something up there, I guess. But I don't know. The turrets shoot out. Maybe it'll shoot them long before they can do that. I don't know. Do with it what you will. There is another little spot nearby here, though. We've got 2452. Again, just a little starter base, really. Yeah, somewhere to get your forges down, get started until you want to move into one of the bigger caves. So, just an honourable mention. I know that they're not caves, they're not ratholes, but these pillars are still a decent option in early game as well. You got some metal resources and stuff on there. They're reasonably flat and easy to build on. It's the same as old Scorched Earth. You've got them scattered around the place in a few points. Some of them I was having a look. Yeah, so these side bits are actually probably might even be a better option. I think I've found this one here. So at least it might be a bit harder for someone to try and like soak or drop down from the top. That might be a better option than actually building right up on top. But yeah, I thought it was worth mentioning. Those who have only just come to ASA, never did play Scorched Earth, this one's a bit better. This one's got a bit more of an overhang. So you could have your gen and stuff in here, so they can't drop a stego directly on top. You've actually got to, build up or work a little bit harder. And again, this is just a starter location. You're not going to be staying here forever. It's just until you can get into move into a better spot or a cave or whatever. But I have seen big tribes take over these and do quite well. Yeah, make it difficult to raid. Obviously, there's no place that's completely unraidable. You're just going to do what you will. Try not to keep too much of an offline time. Alright, thanks guys, hope you appreciate this. This is the first time I've ever done one of these Rathole videos. I'm a solo player or duo player most of the time, not big tribes, so now I'm appreciative some people are to have a good spot to hide away, some big tribes that actually stand a bit of a chance. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys out there. Thanks. Bye.